Welcome back to my views and news, continuing our coverage of the security situation in the Amhara region. I have a very important update for you. Secondly, a new story about Tigray, about Raya, disputed territory between the Tigray and Amhara regions. Is Tigray military, if military is the right word, are Tigray forces preparing to take control of Raya by force? A Prosperity Party member has shared details of when Tigray is going to attack Raya. Thirdly, PM Abiy today attended a graduation ceremony of Ethiopian military commandos who completed their training at a center in Sidama. There he spoke about his intention to build a modern army which can stop and end wars. Very important words used by the PM. End. It is the ability to end wars. We will have a look at what PM Abiy said. First, viewers, another assassination in the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Not the first assassination. Several city level Prosperity Party members, security officials have been assassinated in the Amhara region since the start of the conflict in the region. Fingers are pointed towards Fano fighters. Fano fighters never claim responsibility for these assassinations, but everyone knows that these assassinations are being committed by Fano fighters. Assassination is a part of the strategy adopted by Fano fighters. I did some videos, if you remember, about the strategy adopted by Fano fighters. Assassination, effort to destabilize the region, to frighten local governments. This is part of Fano's strategy. The assassination happened in West Gojam. We have seen several assassinations in the Amhara region so far, starting from Girma Yishitila. Top official assassinated in the Amhara region so far is Girma Yishitila, Amhara Prosperity Party leader, head of Amhara region's development wing. Then Debre Birhan police chief assassinated. Dejan West Gojam police chief, deputy chief assassinated. Shorabit security head assassinated. In Voldia, we saw that Gobalafto education wing in charge was assassinated. Several other assassinations too on local level. Now, another top assassination. A Wareda administrator has been shot dead. Milkamu is his name. He was serving as Debre Ilyas, a Wareda administrator. Debre Ilyas is situated in East Gojam. Why was he assassinated? A few weeks ago, Ethiopian military conducted an operation against Fano fighters in Debre Ilyas. Fano fighters were in control of Trinity Monastery in Debre Ilyas city, in the outskirts of the city. Skandar was there too, reportedly. Hundreds of Fano fighters were using monastery as a training ground for training of new fighters, as a recruitment place too. That is what Ethiopian government claims. For several days, there was a standoff between Fano fighters and security forces. Military surrounded Ilyas monastery. The Fano fighters did not surrender despite announcement from the government side. ENDF then stormed the monastery. Hundreds of Fano fighters were killed in that attack. It was claimed by the government. Some monks were killed too at the monastery. And Ethiopian state media then made a documentary about what happened in Debre Elias. Debre Elias, a war administrator, was shown to in the documentary, sharing details of Fano's illegal activities at Debre Elias monastery. And Fano fighters were killed there too. We don't know how many were killed there, but Skandar managed to survive. He managed to escape. Obviously, the death, the assassination of Debelias for the administrator is because of what happened at Debelias monastery a few weeks ago. Fano fighters are not going to tolerate any prosperity party members, local government officials, administrators who are actively supporting military operation against Fano fighters. They have made it clear, by the way, in several statements. Just today, Gondar Fano issued a statement clearly saying that those who will support the military, the government, they'll be fixed. And that is what happened in Debre Elias. It means that government officials are on their own. No one is going to protect them. How can a city level government function if government officials are not protected? These officials need protection from police, militia, or ENDF. ENDF cannot protect each and every Wareda level, city level government official. Police already not very effective. Federal government, Amhara regional government, they have acknowledged that police failed to control the law and order situation in the Amhara region. It means these prosperity party officials, Wareda level, administrators, government officials, they are on their own, no one to protect them. How can Wareda level, zonal level, even regional level governments function if Fano fighters can easily assassinate those who are not complying with Fano's instructions? So while government is happy that it has taken back 6 cities from Fano fighters, what is happening in the rest of the Amhara region, where a top war administrator has been assassinated by Fano fighters? Obviously, a message from Fano fighters to administrators, mayors, that no one should support military operation against Fano. Secondly, viewers, it is being claimed by prosperity party members and some Ethiopian government-backed activists, pro-government activists, that Tigray fighters are making preparations to enter Raya by force, Alamata, Churcher, Koram too. A prosperity party member from Alamata city was interviewed by a news source. He claimed that this week a meeting of Tigray leaders was held in Mihoni in Tigray, and there it was decided that that Tigray forces should take over Raya by force. And he claimed that between the 16th of August, Ethiopian calendar date, and 31st of August, Tigray fighters will try to take control of Raya by force. I don't know what his sources are. Then a pro-government social media activist, pro-Ethiopian government, shared this post too. And prosperity party officials say from Alamata that according to Tigray fighters, Amhara government is weak, military is entangled in the Amhara region. So this is the right time to take control of Raya Koram. Well, we don't know. I have no information from Mahoney. It could be a way of preempting, maybe the statement from the prosperity party official is preemptive. There could be attempt by Tigray fighters to take control of Raya. So he issued a preemptive statement to warn federal government, to warn Amhara government that they should be careful. Tigray could try to take over Raya quorum by force. Will Tigray try to take over Raya by force? Difficult to say. It's difficult to say. Without having any information from the ground, it's difficult to say what's going to happen. By the way, Amhara forces are still in Raya, in Quorum and Raya and in Volkayat. Yesterday, some Tigrayan journalists claimed that all areas, disputed territories, Amhara, Volkayat, Seg, the Raya Quorum had come under ENDF, federal forces control, all Amhara forces, militias, police, etc. They had left these territories. No, we got information today from Churcher. Amhara forces are still operating in Churcher and in Volkayat too. So Amhara forces are there. ENDF is there too. Let's hope that Tigray-Amhara dispute over Raya Volkayat is resolved through dialogue. If Tigray forces try to enter Raya Quorum by force, what will happen? Obviously, Fano will retaliate. ENDF is there in Raya Volkayat. Will it be a silent spectator, letting Tigray take Raya by force? So I personally think the Prosperity Party member's statement is preemptive. He just wants to warn the federal government and regional government to be prepared. Thirdly, PM Abiy says that Ethiopia is building a modern army. He was at Bilate Commando and Airborne Training Center, where he attended the graduation ceremony of Ethiopian military commandos. And there he delivered a speech. He said that Ethiopia is building a modern army which can stop and end wars. A very important word is end. The military should have capability to end wars. Where is war ongoing these days in Ethiopia? Not war, but there is unrest in the Amhara region. So he wants to build an army which has the potential, which has the capability to end conflicts. Ethiopia wants to build a modern army. PM Abiy has been saying that for months, if not years. But Ethiopia needs to have a modern industry too. Ethiopia needs to have modern agricultural methods too. Ethiopia needs to have modern IT infrastructure too. Ethiopia should have modern hospitals too. It should have modern universities too. Not just military. PM Abiy is spending a lot on security sector. One of the reasons could be the continuation of conflicts, multiple conflicts, one after the other. But no matter how much you spend on military, military alone cannot bring prosperity to Ethiopia. Yes, Ethiopia should have a military. No one is against Ethiopia having a military. Modern military. Yes, Ethiopia should have modern military. But conflict resolution cannot be done by use of force only. Use of force is one aspect of conflict resolution. I think PM Abiy studied conflict resolution, if I am correct. So, other means of ending conflicts should be studied